door, and one man was not very interested. And the devotee said, just give anything you like. And the man said, anything? He said, anything. So he said, okay, I'll give you 1 penny. He said, all right. So he went back to the kitchen and told his wife, give me 1 penny. She said, 1 penny for what? He said, there's this monk on the door, you know, he has these books, and just give me 1 penny. She said, well, what kind of books? And he said, you know, he's got this, and he showed it to her. And she said, you crazy old man? You want to give him 1 penny for this 1,000-page book? Are you insane? She said, give him $50. So she gave him $50, and he brought it to the So you just have to be in a giving mood, you understand? You have to take things graciously. Somebody gives you something small, okay, give him a small book, so what? Let him have it. Next person will give you more. Be generous, don't be a miser. Don't think, oh, you know, no, we got the monopoly, you know. So, you didn't brush your teeth today? You didn't shave? No, I'm not going to talk to you, you know. No. If Prabhupada would have had that criteria, he would never have went to the West. But because he understood Rupa Goswami's formula of real renunciation, he left Vrindavan to bring Vrindavan to the world. Because that's what Krishna wants. That's his mission. That's why he appears as Gauranga Mahaprabhu. That's why he performs his pastime, to show his magnanimity, to give his kindness, his mercy. That's why he sends his most confidential associates into this world, disguised as regular people. Huh? So you got to connect with people on a personal level. How do you do that? That's time, place, and circumstance. Say nice things which people can appreciate. Make some compliments which they like. Huh? Some countries you say, oh, nice shoes, oh, nice, you know, sweater, or this or that. In other places that's corny or crazy. So you've got to find out what works in the place. You're all smart, you're all intelligent, you're all, you know, experienced people in your own rights. You know what works. Just be yourself. People have got 3 question marks on their face when they meet you. If you're able to answer these 3 questions in the first 17 seconds, not 15, not 18, 17 seconds, then you've got yourself a book distributed. What's these questions? Number 1, who are you? Number 2, what's this book? And number 3, what's in it for me? What do I get out of this? So if you can explain these 3 things right in the beginning, they will take the book. So who are you? You are whoever you are. If you're a monk, you're a monk. If you're a housewife, you're a housewife. If you're retired, you're retired. If you're, you know, a businessman, you are whoever you are. Nothing beats the truth. So just tell people who you are. They'll just accept it. What's this book? Well, you can say a million things. But if you start with once upon a time, people will fall asleep or run away. So you have to give them the essence in a concise way. So what's the essence? The essence is what that person is able to appreciate. So you have to see what's relevant to this person. What's this person looking for? Everybody's looking for Krishna. You might say they may not call it Krishna. What does Krishna mean? The all-attractive. Bhagavan, the possessor of all 6 opulences. Everybody's looking for wealth. Everybody's looking for beauty. Everybody's looking for knowledge. Everybody's looking for these qualities. That's why they read the magazines and, you know, watch the movies and all those things, because they're looking for these qualities. So if we show people that what you're actually looking for, my dear sir, my dear lady, is right here in this book. Whatever it is that has ever, you know, bugged you, whatever you wondered about, is right here in this book. So, and they say, are you really convinced? Yes, of course. Like yesterday evening I was talking to Gauri Prabhu about preaching and book distribution and strategies and this and that. This morning I asked him what I should speak about in class. And he said that, you know, book distributors, you're very assertive people, like very convincing people. You just have to be fired up about something. So I'm asking you, are you convinced about this book distribution? Are you convinced about Prabhupada's books? Do you feel this is the best thing I can do with my time? This is the best thing I can give to people? If that's your conviction, nobody can resist you. But if you think, I'm wasting my time, I'm not sure whether this really works, I'm not convinced whether this is really good for this chap, you know, maybe he just needs some money or some food or some, you know, whatever, then it's not going to work. So we got to get that conviction. How do we get that conviction? By practicing, by reading, by practicing, by applying, and by practicing. You think those guys who kick the ball or hit the ball or whack the ball or whatever, they just rolled out of bed and did it? See those cricket guys? How many balls have they thrown to hit those widgets? What do you think? How many balls? Thousands? Tens of thousands? They've been at it for decades. And you go out for a couple of days and you think that you can just change people's lives and mesmerize them in a few moments? If you want to be a doctor, to be a surgeon, it takes about 10 or 12 years till they even allow you to cut people open. 10 or 12 years. And we're going out there and, cutting people open and taking out the false ego and the ahankar and putting in Krishna and fixing it back up and waking them up from anesthesia and putting them back on the road. You think that to learn how to do this will just take 3 months? If you're fast and dedicated and sincere, it will take you 3 to 5 years just to figure out what's going on, what you're doing. If you want to get good at it, you have to put in 10 years. Even the materialists say, if you want to get good at something, you have to put in $20,000. 10 to $20,000, depending on what it is. That's 10 years. 6 hours a day. So are you ready to invest a little time here? Or is this just something you do because you got nothing better to do? I'm not saying that if the answer is no, that, get out of here and don't waste my time. I'm just saying, ask yourself this question, sincerely. What am I doing here? Do I like being here? Do I like doing this? If not, why not? What keeps me from actually tasting this nectar? If you would know how much nectar is out there on the street, you would jump and shout and scream and run out there. We would just be packing out the books. We would feel like, why am I wasting my time? What has happened in my life? Sometimes, entire phases go by and we just put our life in automatic gear, and put in cruise control and just go to sleep. But spiritual life doesn't work that way. Then Krishna sends us wake-up calls through Maya, earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, so many disruptions. And we're like, hey, whoa, what's going on? What's happening here? Everything's jumping around. What's going on in my life? It's because we're not Krishna conscious. We don't have our act together. So Prabhupada wanted each and every one of us to become leaders in this movement. He wanted people to become independently thoughtful and self-reliant. It's not that when you join the Bhakta program, we put a chip implant in your head. And there's one guy sitting up in the tower, and he's got the remote controls. And he's moving everybody around. You have to think with your own head, and you have to walk with your own feet. Krishna says to Uddhava in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam that to actually distribute knowledge means that you have to speak according to your own realizations. You have to repay the Guru, to give a gift to the spiritual master, is not done just by flowers and money and gifts, but by hearing his message and by giving it to everybody, your friends, your relatives, and everybody, according to your realization, to what you have understood and realized in your heart. That is actually the gift to the Guru. Like we have